Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am not Tom Downey. You got Harrison Graham today. Tom is taking a, quote, spa day today, a.k.a. we don't know where the hell he is. I'm sure he'll be back soon. He's been known to do this from time to time. I want you guys to help Tom out. Let's get the Cowboys Report to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's got you covered on draft coverage, rumors, news, all kinds of things, 24/7, 365, and it's free. Just hit that big red button now. Let's get to today's Cowboys Report. Dak Prescott is dealing with a shoulder injury. This is the biggest news surrounding the Cowboys in quite some time. He suffered that injury in the first quarter against the Rams, has not practiced at all this week. They're calling him limited, which means he's off to the side and not doing hardly anything out there. MRI on Monday. Everything seemed to be okay, according to Jason Garrett there on that quote. Cooper Rush has taken the first team reps in practice, so obviously decent amount of concern when it comes to Dak Prescott's shoulder right now. Again, it is his throwing shoulder as he's dealing with what's officially a sprained AC joint in that throwing shoulder. Here's the quote from Garrett. He probably won't throw very much today. I think the rest is the best thing for him right now. I guess he's progressing, but he really hasn't tested it much. Obviously, that's a little bit concerning. We'll talk about what his status is for the actual game this Sunday here in just a few moments. Here was a quote from Zeke Elliott, his teammate who has dealt with this injury before, saying, quote, "I've dealt with an AC joint and they're tough. I couldn't imagine having to throw with it, but I know Dak. I know his toughness. I know he'll play." And guys, we know what kind of season Dak Prescott has had. Hadn't been as good down the stretch of the year, but still over 4,300 yards, 65.5% completion percentage, 26 touchdowns, 11 picks. Biggest game of the season coming up against the Eagles with the NFC East basically on the line. Cowboys could still win the division if they lose, but we all know it comes down to this game. And without Dak Prescott, your chances are very slim. So I'll ask you guys, what is your level of concern with Dak's injury? Scale it from 1 to 10. Keep in mind, it might make sense that Dak only threw the ball 23 times against the Rams with that injury coming in the first quarter. Now, obviously, it worked out well with Zeke and Tony Pollard running the ball well, but how concerned are you with Dak's injury? Let me know in the comments section. Now, if you want to bet on this game, go do it with our betting partner, BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code Cowboys120. Cowboys 1.5 point favorites, over under set at 46. I'm curious to see how much this line continues to move. I think the Cowboys opened as 3-point favorites. If Dak, is a game time decision or something like that, it could flip the other way. I think he's going to play. Use our promo code Cowboys120. Go make some money at BetDSI today. Is Dak going to play this Sunday against the Eagles? Yes, looks like he will play. So despite all the injury concern, despite not practicing hardly at all this week, he's going to play on Sunday. Jerry said on his radio show this morning, quote, "I'm totally convinced he'll be in top form." Said he fully expects him to play. I expect him to play as well. Dak's a tough player. He's never missed a game in his entire career. This is actually the first time he's been limited or hasn't practiced at all in his 4-year career with the Dallas Cowboys. So one of his best attributes is that he's always available, especially when we compare him to Carson Wentz. That's the big difference maker, right, is that Dak doesn't get injured. I expect him to be out there, but if for some reason he doesn't play, this is what you've got. Cooper Rush. Yes, this is correct. Career stats, 1 completion on 3 attempts for 2 yards. That is what you're talking about behind Dak Prescott on Sunday. He's taken the first team reps. Of course, he's played a decent amount in the preseason the last couple of years, but let's just be honest. If Dak doesn't play, your chances of beating the Eagles are slim to none at best. Question, will the Cowboys beat the Eagles? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You might be hit with a YouTube ad break here. If you do, just scroll down. It'll be the pinned comment. Will the Cowboys beat the Eagles? Type Y for yes or type N for no. More injury news. Leighton Vander Esch could be out against the Eagles. Is out, I should say. Guys, he's not going to play the rest of this year. Let's just call it what it is. The Cowboys can keep saying, oh, he's progressing. These loose terms like rest is helping. I don't think he's going to play again this year, guys. 5th straight game, he is out. And to be honest, why play him again this year unless he gets to 100%? Neck injuries are not something to mess with. If you compare his last couple of seasons, that's, tale of two stories, right? Played all 16 games last year, has only played in 9 games this year. He played like an all-pro type of player as a rookie. This year was kind of up and down when he was in the lineup. It makes you wonder how much of it was injury-related with Leighton Vander Esch. So I'll be curious to see if he plays again this year. He's not playing this week. I don't think he's going to play. Let's send our man some good vibes. Get the LVEs going in the comment section. We all love the Wolf Hunter. Been a tough season for the Cowboys in a lot of ways. Tough season for Leighton Vander Esch. Let's send him some good vibes this holiday season. Type LVE in the comments down below. He's not the only linebacker who's injured for the Cowboys. Out with the neck is Leighton Vander Esch. Joe Thomas is questionable with the knee. I'm going to put Sean Lee at probable, although he didn't do much again in practice today as he's dealing with the thigh injury. Luke Gifford was just placed on IR. So this linebacking unit is very, very banged up for the Dallas Cowboys, which leaves a depth chart of this, and this is assuming Joe Thomas and Sean Lee play. If they don't, look for Christian Covington, Justin March. They just signed Malcolm Smith, former Super Bowl MVP, but he's a little removed from Super Bowl 48. Obviously not the same player if he's just chilling on the streets. Very thin at linebacker are the Dallas Cowboys. I'm pretty concerned. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I think Sean Lee will play. We'll have to wait and see on Joe Thomas. Now we've got some great Cowboys gear items for you on sale. Cowboys jersey is up to 25% off. Go to this link, chatsports.com/Cowboys jersey. Get a Dak jersey, Amari, Zeke. They've got them all for you guys. Cowboys hats, this one specifically at 40% off at less than $14, $13.19 to be specific. Go get yourself a hat today. Chatsports.com/Cowboys hat. It's not just jerseys and hats. We got hoodies, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff with our partner Fanatics, up to 50% off. You got to go to this link, chatsports.com/Cowboys. Just surf through there. There's all kinds of gear for you guys this holiday season. More Cowboys injury news coming up here. Tyron Smith is expected to play. A little bit of concern on Wednesday when he didn't practice. Been dealing with an eye issue. Jason Garrett said today that the eye is doing better. He can see fully out of it. Practice today with a shield protection on it. I fully expect him to go on Sunday. You guys know the drill with Tyron. He always has something, but typically he plays more often than not. Certainly not the player he once was, but Tyron Smith, I expect him to be a full go against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. Another player here, Michael Bennett. He is expected to play as well. Missed Wednesday's practice with illness, also dealing with a foot injury. He came back to practice today. Michael Bennett is kind of a frustrating player, right? He lines up offsides, twice a game? He drives me crazy, but this defensive line has been problematic at times this year, and he has certainly helped in that regard. So Michael Bennett expected to come back and play for the Dallas Cowboys this week. He was back at practice. This defensive line needs to get after Carson Wentz if they want to win the NFC East and win this matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we all know what the drill is. Say what you want about the NFC East, but when any NFL division is on the line, you've got a lot to play for. Cowboys 7-7, Eagles 7-7. Neither of these teams are at full strength. I've outlined that with the Cowboys very, very well this video. The Eagles are banged up as well. Basically don't have any receivers. Greg Ward Jr., former college quarterback, is their best receiver right now as he caught the game-winning touchdown last week against the Redskins. Cowboys 1.5-point favorites. Eagles, playing at home. You get a banged-up Cowboys team. Dak not 100% for sure. Remember, he's got that finger issue as well. I want you guys to predict the score because I don't trust this Cowboys team at this point, but there's no reason to trust the Philadelphia Eagles. Lots to consider with this matchup. I still trust the Cowboys team a little bit more than the Eagles, but I trust Doug Peterson more than I trust Jason Garrett. So you add all of that up, you look at this matchup, studio audience, help me out here. I don't know who to pick. I know what Tom would do, but I'm not Tom. He would pick the Cowboys. I can't convince myself to pick the Cowboys. What reason do I have to pick the Cowboys? Because they beat the Rams? Who gives a shit? Like, the Rams suck too. Like, I think the Cowboys should win, right? They've got the better team. The Eagles have injuries everywhere. As banged up as the Cowboys are, they're healthier than Philadelphia. They've got a better team. I will reluctantly pick the Cowboys 24-20 over the Eagles, but I don't trust it at all. Let me know what you guys think. Predict the score in the comment section down below.
Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.